Entitled mother demands money for her son's injuries after stealing from my property. Trying to keep it short, I recently bought my son a new bicycle for several reasons. Firstly, for being so good in his potty training in the run-up to starting school. Second, his toddler bike was broken and I didn't feel safe letting him ride it anymore. Therefore, the toddler bike was put outside the house, behind my dustbin, last week, until the bin lorries come around and take it away. Today I come home from work. I'm tired, it's hot, I just want to shower and relax. About 5 minutes later, someone's banging at my door. It's a lady from across the road, who also had a young son. I often see her young son, approximately 6 to 7, playing outside with his friends. Turns out, he's seen the broken bike behind my bins and decided that he wants to ride it. As it's broken, this didn't end well, and her son has fallen off and scraped all down his face and arms and had a black eye. She's threatening to call the police because apparently it's my responsibility to not leave anything outside in case he thinks it's there to take and play with. She wants me to pay to reimburse her taxi fare to the hospital and back, and for any medical supplies she'll need, bandages, creams, etc. I've flat out refused. I'm sorry for the boy, it does look painful. I've fallen off my fair share of bikes. But this bike was not only on my property, behind my gate and fence, but also behind my bins. It couldn't be seen from the street unless you're looking for it. Meaning, her kid had come into my garden and had been looking round to have found it. Our next story was posted by Banana Man Mum, titled, Entitled Mother Tries to Get My Little Brother and Me Kicked Out of School. So, for some backstory, I'm currently in my last year of high school, and my little brother just entered his first year at the same school. He was bullied quite a lot in middle school, and hoped, still does, that the new school would give him a fresh start. Of course, as a big brother, I taught him the ropes and watched over him like a hawk. The cast is normal, but LB stands for little brother and PR for principal. On to the story. So, a few days ago, my brother sent me a message that a kid was a dick during break. So me, tired as hell, told him to wait it out and talk to a teacher if it happens again. A few days later, he comes home without his jacket, so I asked him what had happened. I say, "Hey, where's your jacket?" "It wasn't in my bag at the end of the day." He doesn't have his locker yet. As in, stolen? Yup. I will sort it out tomorrow, don't worry. So, the next day I went to the office and told the receptionist the story. She told me to go to class and they will call my teacher when I can come talk to the principal. A few periods later, I'm sitting in class talking to some friends about Brawlhalla and stuff, and the phone rings. The teacher tells me to go to the office and I do. Along the way, I meet up with little brother and walk on over. "Hey, you wanted to talk to me about a stolen item?" My little brother here. Couldn't find his jacket at the end of the day." "It was in my bag, but during 5th period I couldn't find it anymore." "Okay, is there any moment it could have happened?" "I went to the toilet during 5th period, while the teacher was dealing with another student outside class. Maybe it was taken during that time." "Who was sitting next to you in that period?" Insert name here, entitled kid from now. "I'll call him over." 5 minutes later, he walks in with his mum. The entitled mother, I don't know what she was doing there. "Hey, entitled kid, little brother here got his jacket stolen. Do you know anything about it?" "I didn't do it." "I asked you if you knew anything, not saying you did. This makes you seem very suspicious, so I would recommend speaking up." "He doesn't steal. He's a little angel. He doesn't do that kind of stuff." "Well, we can't prove anything, so maybe the camera feed will help." We walk to the security office, where we watch the tape. We just so happen to see entitled kid wearing a very specific jacket, which is a little brother's jacket. It's a black leather jacket with white and yellow on it. "Hey, that's my jacket!" "No, it isn't. I bought it yesterday." "Ma'am, I'm gonna have to ask you to leave."
"Why? I did nothing wrong!"
"We will sort it out. Please leave." She does, after throwing quite a fit.
"Can I go back to class now?"
"Can we see your bag, please?" "No, it's my property." "And you're on my property, which gives me the right to search your bag." Sure. The bag gets opened, and you guessed it, there's the jacket. Little brother, is there anything to prove it's yours?
Right pocket, there should be a pair of earbuds.
They are there. Here you go, entitled kid. Come with me. We walk out, and the entitled mother is still there, screaming that we should get kicked out of school. We go back to class, and I talk to my friends about it. Entitled kid got suspended for a week. That's it. Sorry if it was long. Our next story was posted by a very gay person. A very gay person. Titled, Two Entitled Mothers Start Insulting Me in Another Language. So, I live in Spain. Well, I've been living here for 4 years now. Originally, I'm from Belgium. French is my first language, and Spanish is my second language. The other day I was in a shop buying a gift for a friend, since it was his birthday. I was waiting in the queue. It was pretty long, and I'd been there for at least 15 minutes in the same spot when two women approached. They were quietly talking when I hear one of them say, "Ja pas de temps pour attendre, on va voir si on peut passer à la file." I don't have time to wait. Let's see if we can go before or skip the girl, aka me. And they were getting closer and closer to me until they were literally touching my back. It's a store that isn't filled up, so I'm guessing that they want me to feel uncomfortable and go for them to take the place. I've been waiting a long ass time. I'm not moving anywhere. So I start moving, making weird noises to get some space, and when they start scratching my back, I start punching them lightly. Not literally punching, but annoying them. Then they start talking about how Spanish people are selfish and entitled. How could we not give them the place because they're tourists and giving us money? I take my phone out and I call my dad. He speaks French too. And when he answers, I start speaking in French and telling him that if he needed something for dinner, I could get it. I move around a little to make myself some space and get the entitled parent out. And I see their faces. Gold. Between shock and embarrassment. Finally, I get to buy the stuff, and I get out of the shop. I look at them and I say, "Au revoir, Shoshana." Our next story was posted by user Transbin Swagger. Titled, Entitled Mother Calls My Fiancé a Terrorist and Berates Her with Homophobic Slurs. Context. My fiancée is the daughter of Israeli immigrants and has fair skin, along with dark hair, and speaks fluent Hebrew and Arabic. We're a lesbian couple and are due to get married next year. Yay! I've been learning to speak Hebrew since we usually flirt in that language. This happened a few days ago, and I figured it'd be the perfect for the subreddit. Sorry for the formatting issues because mobile, and the cast is as follows. EB, entitled bitch/mum. F, fiance. CK, cool kid, cause the kid was pretty chill. M is manager, and me is the Queen of England. Lol, no, it's me. My fiancé and I were shopping at a small grocery store in our area, and while picking out some fruit, we start flirting in Hebrew. We were calling each other cute pet nicknames and just being dorks when CK gets our attention.
Excuse me?
Yo, what's up, little buddy? We both assumed that he may have been lost.
What are you speaking? I don't understand any of those words.
CK might have overheard our conversation and got curious, but neither of us minded. We explained to him that we were speaking Hebrew, and we even taught him how to say hello and thank you in Hebrew. CK seemed content, and I'll admit, it made us smile. About a few minutes later, Entitled Mother shows up with CK. She taps my fiancé on the shoulder, and with a bit of scorn in her voice, asks in a snarky tone,
"Why are you speaking like a terrorist to CK?"
We were both shocked to hear this, and I honestly didn't know how to respond, but F didn't waste any time, giving Entitled Brat a piece of her mind. F says,
"Excuse me, what exactly are you talking about? You heard me. You're speaking that sand language to CK."
In hindsight, Hebrew does sound a bit similar to Arabic, so I understand how she confused the two, but Jesus Christ. It's Hebrew, not Arabic. Being Arab doesn't make you a terrorist either. All I did was teach him a few words.
You terrorists hate Americans. I bet you're a dyke too.
F is a fairly butch, and we were holding hands.
It's bad enough that godless Muslim Obama let you people in. Now I gotta shop with them. Trump is gonna build the wall and I pray all of you get shot.
At this point, F is fuming and looks ready to sock entitled bitch right in the jaw right until the manager shows up. What seems to be the issue here?
These two tried to blow up the store.
Wish I was lying, but she actually said that.
They tried to kidnap my kid. Have them arrested.
The manager, with a look of just complete indifference towards this lady, turned to us and asked if there was any of this was true, already knowing that she was full of crap. My fiancé and I both told the manager what happened, and security was called. By the time they got there, EB was railing us with all these racial and homophobic slurs. She kept saying stuff like, "Make America white again," or "This is white genocide." I honestly felt bad for her kid, and I hope he doesn't end up like her, but it was satisfying seeing her dragged out of the store. Our next story was posted by user MadRen15, titled, "How My Sister-in-Law Nearly Killed Me on Christmas." Another story, a few really, about people not believing in allergies, and it reminded me of what happened 3 years ago. Might be a bit of a long one. English is my first language, but I'm an idiot, so roast me for spelling and grammar issues. With that out of the way, in we go. This story is, as the title says, how my sister-in-law nearly killed me during Christmas dinner. No, before you ask, the woman isn't a horrible cook. Quite the opposite, in fact. But the problem is I have a serious allergy to liver. 2 minutes to be stabbed in the thigh with an EpiPen before I pass out from not being able to breathe. We found out after I was forced to eat liver at my grandfather's when I was 7 and had to be rushed to the hospital. Now, my family was well aware of this allergy, and it was something my brother had told his wife. Now don't get me wrong, I do love my sister-in-law, but she does crap that irritates me, and seldom thinks things through before she does something. Now to the cast. Me, Angry Bird, Bro, best little bro ever born. IS, idiotic sister-in-law. And Ways. The first Christmas, I went to their place for dinner. My brother mentioned to me that his wife had put liverwurst in the stuffing, but had cooked it in a pot separate from everything else. So when we sit down to dinner, IS kept watching me. And she says,
"Aren't you having the stuffing?"
"Oh, no, sorry, I'm very allergic to liver."
"That's not a real allergy. You just don't like the taste. Eat some or the kids won't touch it."
So then my brother says, "No, it's true. She nearly died once when we were kids after being forced to eat it." Idiotic sister didn't argue further, and the night went well. Basically, the same thing happened at Thanksgiving. She put the liverwurst in the stuffing and I didn't eat it. That Christmas, she told me that she couldn't find liverwurst and was unable to add it to the stuffing. So a few bites into dinner, I feel it. My throat's starting to close. I don't really remember what happened next. I panicked big time. I barely felt it when my EpiPen was stabbed into my thigh and my youngest nephew bawling his eyes out. My brother had gotten my EpiPen from my purse and used it, while one of our mutual friends was calling 911. I was lying on the floor and my head was killing me. My brother ran into the kitchen and started digging through the trash, and yep, you guessed it, she had put the liverwurst in the fucking stuffing. He was pissed. The ambulance arrived and took me to the ER. I had hit my head on the windowsill when I fell and needed stitches, and ended up staying overnight for observation. Merry Christmas, am I right? Now a few days later, my idiotic sister drops by my apartment unannounced, wanting to speak with me. I had just finished cleaning and was running the dishwasher. She didn't come to apologize really, she just said she thought that I was fibbing about my allergy and wanted to prove it. I was still ticked with her, and doubly so because the stitches in the scalp made washing my hair insanely difficult. She also wanted me to talk to my brother, who was still furious that she had sent his big sister to the hospital over something childish. What kind of person lies about being allergic to something? Also, I'm in my fucking 30s. If I choose not to eat something, that's my choice to make. She didn't have anything to say on that, but notices my dishwasher running.
"Why is your dishwasher running?"
"Oh, I'm just baking a cake in there.
What do you think I'm doing? If you're a single person, how you use enough dishes to warrant us using a dishwasher?
Me with zero fricks given at this point says, "You're a stay-at-home mum? Why is your house always a fucking pigsty?" I know, a little mean, but I wanted her to leave. She left and didn't speak to me for 2 to 3 months after that. Edit, thanks so much for the silvers. Also, for those who asked, I honestly think she wasn't trying to kill me, but she's one of those people who enjoy proving others wrong. It's like a mental disorder with her. Also, no real medical fees. We live in Canada and my workplace has some decent benefits, including semi-private hospital stays. Also, I didn't press charges. I didn't want to put my brother through that. She really did get a reality check, so some therapy under my brother's insistence, and eventually apologized. We actually have a good relationship now, including making me godmother for their youngest daughter when she was born. And our last story was posted by user Tsundere Alert, titled, "Entitled Mother Tries to Take My Naruto School Supplies for Entitled Kid." Background. Okay, so about a month before school started, I was shopping with my sister. One store we went to was GameStop. I saw this box that had school supplies in the form of Naruto's favorite ramen, listing with pens, erasers, a USB stick, rubber bands, post-it notes, and paper clips. Me, being the weeb that I am, was like, oh, I have to get that. So I bought it for $16 with my pro membership. Our cast are Entitled Mother, the single mother that has no respect, Entitled Kid, the kid that can't take no for an answer, S is security guard, and me, some weeb that can stand up for herself. P.S. My appearance makes me look male, so most people I first meet think that I'm a boy. So I brought my supplies to school in a big sandwich box, cause the bowl it came with is made of glass, and I took out one of my pens to take notes. P.S. I sit next to Entitled Kid, who came unprepared, and they say, "Can I borrow a pen?" Oh, this is my only one, sorry. I only had my Naruto pens, and I didn't want to give them to someone that I didn't really know. "But I saw you had an extra Dragon Ball pen." He actually called it Dragon Ball. No kidding. I'm not comfortable sharing my pens with someone I don't know. Ask someone else. Whatever. He asked another student for a pen, and I thought, yay, happy ending. Boy, was I wrong. End of the day, and I'm waiting for my dad, and was on the phone when I hear, "Hey, boy in green jacket." I didn't think that they were talking to me, because I'm a girl, so I ignore it. "Young man, I'm talking to you." Then I feel a tap on my shoulder. I turn around and see a woman who almost looks 40, but is dressed like she's 20. "My son told me about those wonderful Dragon Ball supplies you have, and I was wondering if you could give him those for his birthday." In my mind, I was like, crap, a wild entitled mother appeared. I knew it wouldn't matter if I correct my gender, because I'm sure as hell she'd be like, "Stop lying, or you're transgender, you're gay." Oh, no, I bought them for myself, and I would like to keep them. I got them at GameStop if you want to buy one. "No, I don't have that type of money. Do you know how hard it is being a single mother? I barely have enough money to make a living." "Oh, you'd probably have a lot more money if you didn't spend your child support on alcohol." So she looks at me like I just killed her whole family. "How dare you! Give me your Dragon Ball supplies as an apology for being rude to me." In my mind, I was thinking, wait, if Entitled Mother's here, where's Entitled Kid? Then I felt a presence behind me, and I was thinking, crap! I turn around and I see the Entitled Kid opening my bag. I quickly pushed him away and checked my bag to make sure that I still had my stuff, which I did. And for those who have been on this subreddit for a while, you guys know what's next, don't you? "Oh, how dare you assault my angel! Give me your Dragon Ball stuff and I won't call the police on you." Entering the stage is security guard, and he says, "Is there a problem here, ma'am?" Security guard knows me very well and is familiar with me, so I didn't have a panic attack. "This brat assaulted Entitled Kid and took his Dragon Ball supplies." An entitled mother jumped me and tried to force me into giving her entitled kid my Naruto school supplies. Entitled mother then glares at me. Pretty sure she would assault me if the security guard wasn't there. "Let me see the supplies so we can figure this out." I pull out the box and handed it to the security guard, but not without the entitled mother trying to snatch it first. As security guard inspected the box, I knew how to prove the supplies were mine. Hey, Security guard pull out the egg and ask entitled kid what it is. Entitled mother and entitled kid looked a bit nervous, but when security guard held it up to them, then they looked confident.
Eraser!
He looks at me like I've been defeated. Nah, it's actually a USB stick. So then the security guard removed the top of the egg, and guess what? It was a USB stick. Here, mate, you proved yourself right. I have a female name, so of course entitled mother freaked the hell out.
Oh, a girl? You're a girl? Why do you look like a boy, you tramp? You're gay? Give my son your Dragon Ball supplies, you tramp. Enough! Leave them alone before I call the police.
This sure as hell got the entitled mother running. And finally, my dad arrives. He asks why I was with security guard, and they explain the situation. His face goes red and looks for entitled mother, but they already left the school. He went to the principal and told her what happened, so I guess we'll have a meeting next week with entitled mother and entitled kid. If they have the balls to come out, that is. I'll update if anything happens. And I'll read that story in the next episode, guys. So, if you guys enjoyed the video, don't forget to hit the subscribe button. Also, links for my Instagram, Patreon, Discord, Twitter, and podcast services are in the description below. If there's anything you guys would like to see, be sure to hit me up in the comments below or any of the social media platforms, guys. And as always, have a great day. Bye.